Hi everybody, I've got an interesting little XML snippet that you might want to try out on your DayZ servers. This works on PC, Xbox or PlayStation. And what I've been trying to do with this little XML mod is to simulate players being attacked by zombies and or dead players that are lootable on the server. So you can probably just about see this. It's not the greatest of picture, but this is a photo from my server. Let's see if we can move around a little bit. So see this fellow here. So the idea is that you're a player on your server who doesn't know about this in advance. He's just wandering along, maybe they're driving around, and they will see what seems to them, what looks like another player being attacked by zombies, and then the zombies will kill this player that they're watching, and then the real player can then choose to shoot the zombies and then go over, and then they'll be able to loot the player. Let's see if there's any dead zombies here that we can see in this picture. Yeah, there we go. So in this case, what happened was, this player, the real player here, was driving along, and so they saw the other player get this, what looked like a real player, being attacked by zombies, by these police zombies, and so they drove a load of them over, and then went back to kind of have a chat with the what they thought was a real player, who then died. They bled to death. So it's that kind of simulation, and the way that we do it is we spawn in a player, an NPC, with some real zombies, and the idea is the real zombies then attack the player and kill them. The other thing that could happen is the player could just be wandering along, and the zombies have already done the business and killed the player, and they just come across a dead body that they can loot. And so this NPC has this sort of stuff on. So they've got like a Sega with some food, and they've got some drum mags. So they've got useful loot on them as well. Now, there are a couple of caveats, okay, and that's kind of when this sort of thing happens. So what can happen is the player can kind of see what's happening, and if the player, the real player, is heavily armoured, they can be in a situation like this, where they actually manage to kill all of the police zombies. So you can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've killed all of the zombies, and the NPC is still alive. Now, this is kind of a worst case scenario, because as soon as they do that, they'll go over and they'll realise it's an NPC, and it kind of breaks the immersion. And here's another example of it here, where these two guys saw this NPC being attacked by zombies, like this. So there's the NPC. See, they've got the gear on, got a backpack, got a gun, and these two guys. Maybe it's because my server is a PvE server. Everybody can get really well equipped, so they've all got like M416s or LARs, so they can kill zombies very, very, very quickly. So that's the kind of catch. The other thing that sometimes happens is the NPC will spawn in, and no zombies will spawn in around them, and so the NPC just kind of stands there, and they will starve to death eventually and die. But it's a fun thing to try out, and just to see if you get any reactions on your server. So how do you do it? Well, in the description below the video, I'll put a link to my GitHub repository, and the one you're looking for is the DayZ Churnerous Lootable Dead Survivor XML snippets. And there's a little README there that just kind of tells you what it does. And then when you go into the DayZ Dead Survivor snippets.xml, you don't have to download it. You can just copy and paste stuff if you want. It just has the instructions. So what you've got to do is go to your events.xml file, and in that you want to copy this bit of code here, the static police car event, and copy that over the top of your existing one. And what this does is it adds in the static police car event, instead of spawning in a police car for a chance of a police car, it spawns in a survivor. Okay, so that's the NPC. And then the next thing you've got to do is you go over to cfgeconomycore.xml, and you change those two lines there. So default name equals dyn_dmin, value equals 4. Okay, and so that increases the number of zombies that spawn at police cars and helicopter crashes as well. The idea with that is that it's more likely that the police zombies will kill the NPC. And then the final thing you've got to do is you've got to go to your CFG spawnable types and copy and paste this bit over the at the top, and this adds a spawnable type of the survivor, and it gives Eva her hat, a hunting jacket, hunting pants, hiking boots, leather gloves, the Sega, a couple of drum mags, an axe, a cookery knife. I thought that was quite a good, nice touch, the cookery knife, because there's not that many of them. Can opener, baked beans, churnerous, you know, some tetracycline, and some shotgun shells as well. And then so do all that, save the files, whichever way you do it, whether you do it locally on your PC and upload them, or you do it on the web browser on Nitrado, for example. Restart your server, and then hopefully you'll have situations like this where your survivors will come across these situations, and you'll get these notices maybe in your Discord going, who was being attacked by a load of zombies, or I found this dead body, and things like that. And don't tell anybody you're doing it. And I had some really good reactions on my Discord to people going, oh my god, I was driving along and I saw this player being attacked by zombies, so I pulled over and I killed the zombies, but the NPC had the player had died, and I was trying to figure out who it was. And it's that adrenaline moment of them having to make that moral decision of, do they help the player or not? And as I say, I think this probably would work better on servers where players generally aren't super equipped like they are on my PvE servers, where everybody can run around with a suppressed 416 and a LAR and a Desert Eagle in their pocket. So there we go, give it a go. As I say, it's not 100% works every time. There's different things can happen, but when it does work, it's very fun indeed. So there we go. I'll put the links in the description below the video. If you find the video useful, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will of course see you again soon.